Hello and welcome to week 7 of Composition 1. I have a little new layout. I figured I can use my Zoom camera to actually get some things going for me, and it's not as big and annoying as my other things. So anyway, that's my exciting tech revelation. Um, Starting out looking at week 6 and just looking at what we are doing because I'm making this video on a Thursday while we're still in week 6. I wanted us to make sure that we know that we have our critique that we are working on, along with the article Is Google Making Us Stupid? So priority is the critique, so let's make sure we get that going on. We are looking at, for this critique, whether or not Liz Addison writes a good article, and it's based on your understanding of what makes it good. Is it good because she gets her point across? Is it good because she refutes Rick Perlstein? Is it bad because she doesn't really answer the prompt of the question that the New York Times Scholarship Essay Contest wanted, which was, do colleges still matter? Or is she missing the point? Does she misrepresent? Or does it matter what she says Rick Perlstein says? So we have to consider those things. It's a short critique, but it's still a good exercise for us to think about because we have to start looking at what it is we are trying to say. And how do we say that in a way that is clear? So moving on, we're going to go into week 7. Week 7, we start to shift, and I warned you of this last week, we start to shift to longer writing assignments. So we'll be working on a research narrative. So this week is for us to work on our research paper. This is a little bit different than other research papers you might have done. This is not an argumentative research paper. The whole goal of this paper is to make sure that you know how to write a research paper. So read about the assignment right here. This will take you to the assignment. We're looking at telling a story of what happened in the past. It's very simple. You're conducting research to tell a chronological story. It should be interesting to you and your reader. Too often students pick topics that they think are going to be interesting or think sound good because there's a lot of stuff. We're not going to do that. We're going to pick something that's interesting to you. So there are some examples of the different types of research papers here. And then I made a little video about me talking about what makes this paper good. So we'll look at those things. Take your time. Let's see. Other things, there's a reading on using sources correctly, as well as a video on how to use the library databases. Now, the important thing is that you need to have your library card. Your library card is something like 16, 17-digit code that's on the back of your student ID. If you do not have that, you can contact me. I have them all, and I'll be able to get them to you. Librarians have recognized that, yes, it's a problem with the lack of orientation getting IDs. So I'll make sure I write this in here that you need a library card and to let me know if you need that number. And then we have some discussion boards to do. We have one on selecting topics. This is going to be the important thing. I'll have to type this out too because I don't have it somewhere. But there's some topics that are just going to be off limits because I've read too many bad papers about them. It's going to be topics like September 11th, the Columbine shooting, Jonestown massacre, things like that. So let's focus on something that you're actually really interested in. No serial killer papers, which people love to do, but something that you're interested in finding out about and you can tell others about. So this exercise will help you find some things that might be interesting to you. You'll have probably a list of about 15 if you do this right. 15 different topics. What do you do? Like maybe you're a musician or you play a sport. Put that in there. What products are important? Your iPhone. Steve Jobs is good, right? You can do a little bit about him and the creation of the iPhone, or his return to Apple. Maybe it's your car. You can look at specific car maker, your coffee maker. Who knows, right? It's just some things that you're curious about. Why do we go to school? Or whatever you actually want to look at. Some historical events that are interesting to you, and then 2 or 3 people who are interesting to you or somehow instrumental in something in your life besides family members. So it could be maybe a specific coach or a celebrity even. That'd be okay. Then you can look at your list and start seeing what's out there. Then we start by doing some very basic research to see what we can find out. After that, I have a video for you to organize your sources. This will be very helpful. It shows you how to use some of the databases. The databases have citation formatters in them. So I show you how to use those tools to make your MLA format or MLA works cited page formatted correctly. And it's very, very useful. And then we have our last discussion post, which asks 4 questions. You'll submit that and then read through 5 of your classmates' posts and provide some feedback. Do you like their topics? What sounds interesting to you? Do you know anything about them? That sort of thing. So that's where we are with this week. I have graded your restaurant reviews and provided feedback. If you've not gotten feedback or not submitted your review, please contact me so I can help you out with that. In addition, I'll be working on grading your critiques. I should have those done hopefully by next Tuesday or Wednesday, so you get some feedback on that. I think you're all doing wonderful. I know it's kind of hard, not just kind of, it is hard to do this in an online format, especially with a million other things going in your lives, but I appreciate what you're doing. The feedback, the contact, that's all good. Don't forget that I do have office hours. All you have to do is take this little Zoom link. It's going to take you to my office hours, which are actually right now, as I'm doing this, right, at 1:23 on a Thursday. So use this. I'm here. I just sit there by myself because none of you want to visit me. But please give me some company and we can chat about things. It's very useful and very helpful. Otherwise, that is all I have. So I hope you have a great week. Please contact me when you have questions.